We're diving into Donkey Kong Country Returns in 2025 to see if this classic platformer still holds up. This review focuses on the original release's strengths and weaknesses, while also touching on the new HD version at the end, to see if the updates make it worth revisiting. Let's get into it. Donkey Kong Country Returns debuted in 2010 as a triumphant return to the beloved Donkey Kong Country series. The gameplay revolves around tight platforming mechanics, creative level design, and the sheer joy of discovering secrets. From leaping across crumbling platforms to riding minecarts at breakneck speed, this game captures the thrill of classic platformers while adding modern flair. The art style in Donkey Kong Country Returns was stunning for its time. The vibrant colors, layered environments, and lively animations brought the world to life. While it didn't have the sharpest resolution due to the Wii's limitations, the game made up for it with charm and creativity in its visual design. The soundtrack deserves its own spotlight. The mix of remixed classics and new tracks provided the perfect backdrop for the action. From the rhythmic beats of jungle stages to the ominous tones of cave levels, the music elevated the experience. The sound effects, like the satisfying thud of barrels and Donkey Kong's iconic grunts, added even more personality. While Donkey Kong Country Returns was praised for its engaging gameplay, it wasn't without its critics. The difficulty level could be polarizing. While many appreciated the challenge, others found the precision required in later levels to be punishing. The reliance on motion controls added to this frustration, as even slight missteps could result in unnecessary deaths. Additionally, the cooperative mode, while fun, wasn't perfectly balanced. Playing as Diddy Kong often felt secondary, as Donkey Kong handled most of the heavy lifting. For a co-op experience, this imbalance sometimes left the second player feeling less involved. The game offered plenty of reasons to stick around even after the credits rolled. The collectible system encouraged thorough exploration of each level, and the time attack mode let players test their skills for the fastest completion times. However, for those not into collectibles or speedrunning, the replay value could feel limited after the main story. Fast forward to 2025, and Donkey Kong Country Returns has been given an HD facelift for modern consoles. The visuals are the most obvious change, with sharper textures, enhanced lighting, and smoother animations. Jungle leaves sway more realistically, and environments look more detailed than ever. On a high-definition screen, the game truly pops, making the world feel even more alive. However, the HD version doesn't introduce much in terms of gameplay changes. The controls have been optimized for modern systems, removing the reliance on motion controls, which is a welcome improvement. Rolling and ground pounding feels smoother and more precise, making the platforming a bit more accessible. One addition worth noting is the inclusion of a hardcore mode, which cranks up the difficulty for seasoned players. This mode adds tougher enemies and more demanding platforming sections, providing a fresh challenge for veterans of the series. Despite these enhancements, the HD version doesn't add new levels, mechanics, or characters. For those who've already played the original extensively, the updates may not feel significant enough to warrant a replay, unless you're nostalgic or missed it the first time. When comparing the HD version to the original, the improvements are mostly visual. The updated graphics look stunning, and the smoother controls are a welcome change, but the core gameplay remains untouched. While the HD version is undeniably the better way to play for newcomers, it doesn't offer enough new content to justify revisiting the game for veterans. Donkey Kong Country Returns is a masterpiece of platforming that still holds up in 2025. The original game's tight gameplay, creative level design, and charming visuals make it a classic worth experiencing, even without the HD polish. The 2025 HD version enhances the experience with improved graphics and better controls, making it the definitive version for those playing for the first time. However, if you've already beaten the original, the lack of substantial new content might leave you feeling like the HD upgrade is more of a visual treat than a meaningful overhaul. For newcomers or fans looking to relive the adventure, Donkey Kong Country Returns in HD is an easy recommendation. But if you've already swung through these jungles, the updates may not be enough to bring you back for another climb. Thanks for watching this review of Donkey Kong Country Returns. If you're a fan of adventure games, there's a good chance you'll enjoy another exciting title. Want to know if Kena Bridge of Spirits is worth playing? Dive into its beautiful world, unique combat mechanics, and emotional storytelling. Click the link to watch the full Kena Bridge of Spirits review. Don't miss out on this one.